I hate my 3 roommates. They're all good looking, come from wealthy families, and look down on me. On the surface, I act obedient, but secretly I've been chatting with all 3 of them using a fake account. I originally just wanted to scam some pocket money, but they started transferring tens of thousands each time. Terrified, I was trembling and about to delete all 3 when I saw floating comments, the poor thing shaking like a leaf. My heart breaks if he deletes them. His little flower will get trampled into mush. If he exposes their tangled mess first. Those 3 dogs would lose their damn minds. My phone dinged. Tyler sent me 50,000 yuan. I stared blankly. My first thought, scams over 3,000 can be prosecuted. After hesitating a few seconds, another message popped up. Why aren't you accepting it? I rubbed my nose and cursed under my breath. Stupid rich people. Never seen anyone beg to throw money away. Within a minute, 2 more notifications chimed. Nathan and Ryan also sent transfers. Why? Because I'd simultaneously sent all 3 the same message earlier. Do you think this schoolgirl outfit looks cute? Bro. Same script. Same photo. The outfit cost a few hundred. But I never expected this level of payout. Pulling up Ryan's profile, my finger hovered over the delete button. If they catch me, they'll destroy me. I've strung them along too long. A chill shot through me. My conscience split into warring voices. Angel, delete them now before taking the money. If they report you, it's game over. Devil, relax. They'd barely notice these crumbs. Besides, they're snobby pricks. Might as well take what they'd give anyone. As my mind raced, more comments flashed. He's shivering so hard it hurts. If he deletes those 3 assholes, they'll corner him in the dorm and wreck his flower till it's pulp. They don't know he's playing all 3. Imagine if he spills it, he'd get wrecked 6 ways to Sunday. I jolted. Are they talking about me? But the comments vanished when I tried to look closer. Would deleting them trigger something? Panicking, I closed the deletion screen. Ryan messaged again under his transfer. Voluntary gift. No strings attached. I meant to think it over. But my thumb moved faster. Before I knew it, I'd accepted his money and replied, thanks. Bro, you're the best. Jealousy and spite tangled in my chest as I mocked his voluntary gift and rolled my eyes. Whatever. Rich or not, they're still my marks. I'll scam them dry. Just as I finished collecting the cash, all 3 roommates walked into the dorm. Clutching my phone, I shrank into the corner. The first one to enter was Ryan. Fresh off the basketball court drenched in sweat, he headed straight for the shower. Nate walked in without so much as glancing my way. I couldn't help mentally scoffing, such a poser. When his frosty gaze suddenly locked onto me as if sensing my stare, I immediately ducked my head, clutching my outdated smartphone until my knuckles turned white. My threadbare shirt, faded from countless washes, suddenly felt unbearably conspicuous. Whatever, I told myself, smoothing the worn fabric. His fancy $1,000 outfits didn't stop this thrifter, clad nobody from playing him like a fiddle. Peeking through my bunk's curtains, I surveyed the dorm below. All 3 were still at their desks during pre-lights-out hours, too risky to message them simultaneously. Pulling up my online dating guide tab, I awkwardly wriggled into the lace-trimmed dress and angled my phone for the perfect shot. The ancient bed frame screeched with every movement. Ethan, quit squirming. Ryan snapped from his adjacent desk, keyboard clacking violently. If you're that itchy, go shower again. I froze mid-post. The live comment stream materialized like digital hecklers. That mouth's gotta be lined with asbestos. Can't wait for the regret arc when he finds out. Louder they bark. Harder they cry when reality hits. I mentally added Ryan's eventual tongue-swelling demise to my morning prayer list. With vindictive glee, I sent the photo from my burner account. Do you like it? Big bro. Thinking of wearing this out tomorrow. The same guy who'd snarled at me seconds ago now flooded our chat with notifications. Baby girl, you're stunning. Get more dresses like this for daddy's smiling face with our transfer received $5. 12 unread attachments. The attached file showed enough lace and fishnets to stock a Halloween store. I snorted. Daddy already. The audacity. My screenshot finger moved faster than my scoff. This blackmail gold needed archiving. Ryan's mechanical keyboard crescendoed like popcorn kernels exploding. Keep it down. Nate growled without looking up from his research papers. Ty smirked at Ryan's uncharacteristically non-gaming screen. Talking to your flavor of the week? Ryan minimized the chat window with a practice flick. Just some plaything. Living the dream. Huh? Ty chuckled. Never change. Man, what kind of person has you texting like that? Let me see. The question sounded casual, but I curled up in bed barely breathing. Whether from fear or anger, my heart pounded so hard I thought it might leap out of my mouth. The sheer panic paralyzed me. If Tyver saw those messages, I might not live to see tomorrow's sunrise. Ryan's voice turned icy, refusing to show his phone. Just some random thing. Nothing worth your time. Ty swiped through his own device like he was waiting for notifications. Drawing. Whatever. Didn't want to see it anyway. As their voices carried, I mentally cursed Ryan 1,000 times. That two-faced bastard. Acting all baby this and hubby that in our chats. Then calling me some random thing to his buddies. Who did he think he was, some CEO in a cheesy romance novel? The audacity. My phone buzzed violently beneath me, the sudden vibration triggering full ringtone mode. Ty's barrage lit up my screen. What are you doing? And why you ghosting? And not that I care. Just asking. Are you there? Keep this up and we're done. You reeled me in just a ditch? Out partying without me? The symphony of pings erupted from under my thighs, the mattress amplifying the vibrations. All three guys below turned in eerie synchronization toward my bunk. Ty stared at my trembling bed frame as another message popped up. I fumbled to mute the device, palms slick with sweat. Ryan rapped his knuckles against the metal bed frame, the hollow clangs echoing. The hell you doing up there? More shady business? Shady business brought back freshman year's watch incident. Back when I tried bonding with these rich kids. Playing errand boy until overhearing Ryan's smoke break conversation. Hey, Ree, you ever find that missing Rolex? Ryan had waved off the lighter offered by his lackey. Cigarette dangling unlit. No. Then my name floated through the haze. That Ethan from our dorm. I bolted before hearing more. Mind racing with imagined confrontations. I'd practiced standing on chairs. Finger jabbing declarations of innocence. Accuse me? Show proof. Those mental rehearsals got me through the humiliation. But in the end, no one brought up the matter. Ryan knocked on the bed frame a few times. When I didn't move, he stood up to yank my curtain open. I was still wearing that skirt. Panicking, I quickly wrapped myself tighter in the blanket. Ryan, with the curtain pulled back, the two guys sitting below could clearly see into my bed. The weather wasn't exactly cool, and soon my face turned crimson from the stuffy heat. Ryan pointed at me. Are you trying to? I squirmed backward, not noticing how Ryan's eyes were glued to me. He actually reached out to pull my blanket away. There was no way I could let him see this skirt. I hastily grabbed his hand. The temperature felt abnormally high. Our palms slick with nervous sweat. Ryan suddenly seemed to realize something. He shook off my hand with visible disgust. Stumbling back several steps, my hand slammed against the metal bed rail with a loud clang. I bit down hard on my lip to stifle the pain. Ryan's face darkened like storm clouds. I didn't need him to speak. I already knew what he'd say. That I'm disgusting. This was all Ty's fault for messaging me. Ryan's the disgusting one. The most revolting bastard alive. Ryan should die. All three of them stared at me for what felt like ages. What you looking at? I angrily yanked the curtain shut with trembling hands, my eyes burning. When the lights eventually went out, my racing thoughts gradually settled. Lying face down on the mattress, I began my nightly ritual I call strategic review, though it's really just my grudge journal. Today's entries. Ty nearly got me caught with his stupid message. D. Ryan looked at me like trash again. Call me a thing. DD. Nate's no saint either. That pretentious act he puts on? Worst of them all. Fake-ass poser. Midway through my mental tally, Nate sent a question mark. I checked and realized I'd forgotten to thank him after taking his money this afternoon. Mechanically typing. Oh, got too busy earlier. Thanks, big bro, Lo. You're the best. Love you. Nate was always sharper than the other two. What kept you occupied all day? Stringing along others too. I roll my eyes. Rapid firing replies. No way. Only talk to you. Had drama with my roommate and couldn't check my phone. Half-truths. His problem if he didn't believe it. Switching accounts. I browsed shopping apps. Grabbed some cheap tees from an online store. Then splurged $100 on a designer brand shirt from another site. The rest went straight to savings. This rush of easy money, utterly addictive. But this is purely emotional damage. After all, living with 3 soulless roommates requires tremendous courage. I previously landed a decent part-time job as a private banquet server, $4,000 monthly without meals or housing. Flexible rotating shifts. Having steady work made me walk with my head held higher. That afternoon with no classes and an empty dorm, I took a glorious nap before heading to work refreshed. At the venue, I changed into uniform. The manager warned about heavy traffic but emphasized VIP treatment for the Carter family's private room. Clutching the leather-bound menu, I knocked and entered, only to freeze. Nate Carter, Ty Harrison, Ryan Anderson, and half our classmates filled the room with boisterous laughter. Thank God for masks and caps. I ducked my head, pitching my voice lower. Our seasonal menu. Gentlemen, what may I prepare for you today? I asked some unfamiliar classmate. The guy awkwardly gestured toward Nate. Of course. Rich kid syndrome. Couldn't they just haunt food trucks like normal people? I bit my tongue hard enough to taste blood through the mask, circling the table until looming behind Nate's chair. Your selections, sir? Nate's gaze snapped up the instant I spoke. I focused on furiously scribbling his endless orders. Foie gras torchon, Wagyu tomahawks, truffle risotto. Jesus, was he feeding an army? My pen stabbed the order pad with each checkmark. Maybe my murderous vibes leaked through, because Nate kept staring holes into my side. When I finally glanced up, our eyes locked. That smirk he knew. Please don't say it. Please. Ethan. His voice carried across the room. Why didn't you mention working here? The world tilted. Static crawled up my spine. I didn't need to see their faces. The whispers crackled like wildfire. Isn't that the scholarship kid? Those shoes look third-hand. Waitressing. How quaint. I stumbled back as Ty and Ryan perked up like hounds catching scent. Ethan. Since when? Ty drawled. Ryan snorted. Need tuition help that badly? Every cell screamed to bolt. But I stood rooted, menu crumpling in my grip, while their laughter sharpened into knives. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? You already know the answer, but keep asking just to embarrass me. I didn't want to put on a smile, but for work, I forced a grimace that looked worse than tears. Hate, 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 hate. I noticed several people whispering among themselves with lowered heads. I glared in their direction. Dark thoughts swirling. They must be talking shit about me. Otherwise, why would they invite me to join? If I stayed, something worse would definitely happen. It was already 9 p.m. when I returned to the dorm after work. Flipping the light switch startled me. Ryan was sitting rigidly in his seat in complete darkness. My eyes darted upward. I'd forgotten to close the bed curtain after my midday nap. Wait, where's that dress I changed out of that night? Suddenly, phantom comments materialized in my mind. Frowny face, poor Ethan screwed. Ryan found out. Little Flower's about to get roasted. Ryan's a jock, right? Ethan can't handle that. My pupils constricted as I realized the dress was indeed clutched in Ryan's hands. The once pristine hem looked crumpled beyond recognition, suspiciously glistening with some unidentifiable moisture. Before my brain caught up, I'd already twisted the doorknob to flee. Too slow. Ryan lunged forward, pinning me against the door. The metal knob dug into my stomach, pain radiating through me. What the hell? That hurts. Ryan's grip shifted instantly, spinning me around as his eyebrows knitted. Where does it hurt? After scanning me head to toe, his voice turned acidic. No bruises. Such a delicate little thing. Tears welled up from the lingering pain. His mockery made me snap. My palm connected with his cheek in a feather light slap. Instant regret flooded me as I pressed backward against the unyielding door. Ryan's eyes turned feral. You hit me. Why, you hurt me first. I stammered. He stared me down like a predator, then suddenly pulled out his phone. Mine started vibrating rhythmically in response. After verifying something, he finally spoke. Sugar Baby 92, that's you? Obviously. Why ask when you already know? But I stayed silent, terrified he'd demand the money back. Fresh fear surged as I timidly tugged his sleeve. Eyes fixed on the floor. You said it was voluntary. I never asked for it. Ryan barked a humorless laugh. That's what you're worried about. His fingers dug into my chin, forcing eye contact. We're discussing how you'll make up for lying to me. Releasing me abruptly, he sprawled in his chair like a king holding court. It felt like being cross-examined. So irritating. But I didn't dare talk back. Stop being so aggressive. I gestured for him to communicate calmly without resorting to intimidation. Ryan stood up again, pacing back and forth twice before jabbing his finger at his own nose. Me? Aggressive? You haven't even seen what real aggression looks like. Are you whining now? Too late. I huddled sideways, listening to his monologue. I don't care. You owe me a boyfriend. My eyes widened. Owe him what? But you said I'm just a plaything. We weren't even dating. Ryan stiffened, voice rising again. Since when do you listen to me? You'll compensate me now. I'll pay you. Isn't that what you love? Take the money and date me. I grimaced, certain he'd lost his mind. Two guys dating. That's beyond weird. No thanks. Ryan looked ready to combust. After that night, he barely returned to the dorm. When he did, it was only to grab belongings, avoiding me entirely. Terrified he'd snitch to the others, I finally deleted Nate and Ty. No loss, I'd already milked enough from them. With all three contacts purged from my alt account, peace settled in. My phone buzzed incessantly during late-night drowsiness. Squinting, I found Ryan's drunk text flooding my main account. Frowny face, Ethan. You heartless bastard. Don't expect me to come crawling back. After 5 minutes, a slurred voice message arrived. Ethan, I'm definitely not coming to you. Followed by increasingly incoherent ramblings. Live comments exploded. Frowny face, is this avant-garde theater? Schrodinger's argument? Fascinating. Sleep-deprived rage surged. I prepared to rip into his drunken ass until seeing Frowny face transfer received. $100. 000. Memo, voluntary gift. Instantly soothed. I muted notifications and slept like royalty. Sober Ryan resumed dorm life, orbiting me with incessant chatter. True to form, I milked the advantage, treating him with casual indifference. Meanwhile, Nate and Ty seemed perpetually sour-faced, watching Ryan's bizarre antics around me without comment. He came back carrying a huge box after going out. Ethan, come here. I glanced over. It was filled with packaged items that looked like clothes and shoes. There were even a few dresses. Is Ryan a pervert? He cleared his throat. These are all for you. Like them. I saw nothing but luxury brand inside. You're giving me all this for free. I stared at him with burning intensity. Under my gaze, Ryan awkwardly looked away, his voice turning irritable. Take it or leave it. Keep questioning, and I'll give it to someone else. I immediately hoisted the box onto my seat, ignoring his raised voice. I hadn't logged into that old burner account in weeks. At noon, a delivery guy called saying there was a package for me in the Northern District. Ryan had been shipping things to me lately, but always to campus. Must have messed up the address. The northern area was far from school. I waited until sunset to take the subway there. Evening rush hour left me drenched in sweat. Sluggishly entering the parcel center, I pulled up the pickup code on my phone. Where's the XXX code? The crowded space required self-service retrieval. I didn't notice the lean-built man leaning against the wall inside, his eyes roaming over me. Taking a backstreet shortcut to the subway station after getting the package, I tensed up despite the lingering daylight. Footsteps echoed behind me after a few paces. I spun around. Ty? I froze. Did he say Ethan or F? Remembering my lesson from Ryan, I stayed silent. Ty looked furious. It's really you. I feigned ignorance. What's really me? Ty's breathing turned ragged, still playing dumb. Then it hit me, this was his trap. He claimed some shoes were too small, exactly my size, and I'd lied about giving them to my cousin while planning to keep them. Made him ship to the Northern District. He'd used my alternate number to flush me out. Damn. Master manipulator. I expected rage, accusations, maybe getting pinned against a wall. Instead, he grimaced. Why did you block me? The question seemed to physically pain him. His face turned pale, then flushed dark. I thought for a moment before answering his earlier question. Because I'm tired of pretending. I secretly sighed in relief. Looks like Ryan hadn't spilled about our conversations. Ty still seemed unable to accept that I'd been the one messaging him all along. He stormed ahead with that thunderous expression, only to stop halfway, click his tongue, and turn around. You coming or what? The package Ty bought wasn't small either. When I struggled carrying it, he eventually snatched it back with that same pissed-off look, hauling it to the dorm without uttering a single word the whole way back, acting like some spoiled princess. After he dropped the box on my desk, I became completely absorbed in opening it, deciding to tackle the package before using the bathroom. I didn't notice Ty closing the door. Midway through ripping the tape while bent over the box, I suddenly felt his body heat against my back. What are you? Ty swept everything off the desk with one arm, his hands locking around my waist as he hoisted me onto the wooden surface. What the actual hell? When I tried to slide down, he caged me in by slamming his palms on either side. The sudden movement made my bladder protest violently. He easily pinned me down. Those photos you sent me before, were they really yours? I pressed my lips together, considering lying. He saw right through it. Truth, or you'll regret it. I shuddered. Having witnessed Ty's temper in the dorm, I knew better than to test him. Squirming from both pressure and desperation, I whispered, Why, yes, they're mine. This clearly pleased him, though he pretended otherwise. Need to verify that. My eyes widened. Verify? Like hell. Before I could protest, his gaze dropped to my clenched thighs. Those legs locked tight trying to come onto me. Come onto my ass. He easily pried my knees apart. When I instinctively snapped them shut again, his hand got trapped between my thighs. The atmosphere shifted. That hungry look in Ty's eyes scared me. I tried pulling his hand free, but couldn't budge it. This turned you on so much you're keeping me hostage? He mocked. I wanted to scream. He was the one wedged there. My legs started trembling from both tension and urgent need. Tears of desperation welled up as I choked out. "Ty, I really need to pee." His smirk widened. Should have said so earlier. But instead of releasing me, he leaned closer, his breath hot on my ear. "Beg properly." I nearly bit through my lip. "Please, Ty." "Please what?" "Let me go. I can't hold it." He finally relented with a dark chuckle. As I scrambled toward the bathroom, his low warning followed. "This isn't over." My face burned crimson, both from humiliation and the physical strain. My eyes red and watery from the ordeal. "I need to use the bathroom." "What?" I couldn't tell if he was genuinely hard of hearing or messing with me. Gritting my teeth, I repeated louder, "I need to use the bathroom." Ty blinked as if struck by sudden enlightenment. With feigned curiosity, he pressed his palm against my stomach. The unexpected contact made me gasp audibly. Just then, the dorm door swung open. Ryan stood at the doorway with a thunderous expression. "What the hell are you doing?" he roared, charging forward to yank Ty away before landing a punch squarely on his jaw. I hopped off the desk and fled to the bathroom. When I returned, both men sported fresh bruises. Ryan sneered. "You homewrecker got some nerve seducing someone else's wife." Ty barked a humorless laugh. "Legally wedded husband here. The official spouse, if we're keeping score." This was spiraling dangerously. Any second now, they'd start airing secrets better left buried. When their bickering hit a stalemate, they turned in unison, demanding, "Who's the third wheel here?" "You both are." I bit back the answer. Their behavior baffled me. I'd expected volcanic rage and elaborate revenge plots, not this slapstick squabbling over middle school hierarchy. Ryan's temper ignited like cheap fireworks. "For the record, Eth and I were online dating way before you crashed the party. You're the one who trash-talked him behind his back, said he looked too delicate to be trustworthy." The accusation shattered Ty's composure. "Me? You're the clown who mocked him for re-wearing outfits." Their spat halted abruptly as synchronized realization dawned. Twin fingers pointed accusingly. "Online dating? With him?" they echoed, laser-focused on me. I averted my gaze, silently pleading for cosmic intervention. The tension fizzled as Ryan registered his blunder. He crouched beside me, clumsily assisting with package sorting. "Look," he scrubbed a hand over his face. "Those shitty comments, I didn't mean any of it. My mouth runs faster than my brain. Go ahead, hit me if it helps." I kept my eyes on the cardboard boxes. After agonized fidgeting, his Venmo notification chirped, a payment with voluntary gift glaring in a memo line. I let the alert blink twice before accepting. Ryan immediately nuzzled my shoulder like an overeager golden retriever. Across the room, Ty's jaw tightened at the display, jealousy rolling off him in waves. The art of imitation is a skill in itself. "Ethan." I was happy to give it willingly, too. Ryan sneered coldly. "Copycat." Ty shot back without missing a beat. "So what? Being good at imitation is a talent." Their bickering swirled around me like gnats. Annoyed, I scrolled through gaming videos on my phone. Ty noticed and offered, "Want me to buy you an account with max-level skins and gear?" My frosty demeanor thawed instantly. "Seriously?" "Of course," Ty replied, clearly pleased at getting my attention. Chump change. Not to be outdone, Ryan pressed closer until his body heat radiated against me. "Ethan, let me get you the new flagship phone that just dropped." I hesitated only momentarily before accepting. Freebies are freebies. Ryan's grin widened as he completed the purchase, then lingered staring. "What?" I snapped, uncomfortable under his gaze. Instead of anger, his eyes held that unsettling mix of eagerness and desperation I'd come to recognize. Emboldened, I pushed further. "You're like a furnace." "Back off." Shock flashed across Ryan's face before his expression darkened. Reality check, this was the same guy who once broke someone's nose during a frat fight. I instinctively shrunk back as he exploded. I just bought you a phone, and this is how you act? Covering my ears, I shouted over him. Stop yelling. I never asked for it anyway. Keep the damn thing. Blind fury propelled my fist toward his face. He caught my wrist effortlessly, pulling it to his face in one fluid motion. His nose brushed my knuckles as he inhaled deeply. My bad, Ethan, he murmured, breath hot against my skin. How about a new gaming rig? Top specs. This creepy bastard. Still. Deal. I extended my other hand without hesitation. Truth be told, Ty and Ryan made excellent human ATMs. Lately I could practically dance on their heads and they'd applaud my rhythm. These idiots were clearly off their meds. When evening meetings dragged them to campus, I smuggled spicy broth back to the dorm. Nate's return went ignored as I slurped noodles, though my neck prickled with the sensation of being watched. 3 more bites. Just 3 more, and I'd escape to the quad until the human cash dispensers returned. The overhead lights flickered twice before dying. Beef chunks lodged in my throat as darkness swallowed the room. Footsteps approached from behind. I jerked up from the chair, so violently it scraped against the floor with an ear-piercing screech. Nathan Carter. He didn't answer, grabbing me and shoving me onto the desk. God, this whole dorm's full of lunatics. I kicked at him. You psycho. Ryan and Ty had spoiled me rotten, making me bold enough to curse at Nate. He trapped my thrashing leg against the edge, wick-a-hot breath searing my ear. So you chose them and threw me away? What? His chest pressed closer. You only discarded me, right? I don't know what you're talking. Damn Nathan Carter and his stupid mind games. I hated him. Hated him. Hated him. He sighed against my shoulder. Really don't. Grabbing my wrist, he forced my palm to slap his cheek repeatedly. His face might have been fine, but my hand felt broken. Why reject me? Holy shit. Use your own hand for your masochistic crap. My yell snapped him from whatever trance he was in. Nate nuzzled my reddened palm, lips brushing the sensitive skin. Did I hurt you? Sorry, baby. I yanked my hand back, having another psychotic episode. Nate. He stared silently before accusing. You're dodging the issue. Me? Dodge? I shoved his chest. So what if I am? In mere months, I'd gone from dorm underling to having 3 rich heirs wrapped around my finger, though not entirely by choice. Ryan's sarcastic tongue kept provoking me. Ty melted under the slightest teasing, and I'd sworn off speaking to Nate after the incident. Ryan particularly enjoyed his gifting sprees followed by outrageous demands. Happy with your new wardrobe? He gestured at my emptied online shopping cart. When I nodded, he pounced like an overeager golden retriever. Don't I deserve a reward? What kind? His gaze dropped to my lips. A kiss. I'll be gentle. Before I could respond, Nate materialized with a thunderous expression. Gentle? You'd maul him within seconds. The comment reminded me of last week's sweltering afternoon when I'd made Thai fetch bridge noodles across campus 3 times. While eating too quickly and burning my mouth, Ty immediately reached over to check inside, as he leaned closer while examining. His breathing grew heavier until he was practically about to kiss me. Thankfully, Ryan punched him awake. Ryan glared at Nate. Think you're any better? Don't pretend you don't want to pin Ethan down and kiss him until your scent's all over his mouth. What the hell was this idiot saying? I kicked him hard. Keep talking shit and I'll never speak to you again. Ryan turned pale, remembering Ty already earned that punishment. Okay. I'll shut up. He frantically tapped his phone. I smirked while accepting his money transfer. Nate kept following me when others weren't around. Why tell me? I'm going to work, not Disneyland. He silently grabbed my backpack. I'll walk you. I shrugged, fine by me since I get paid while he didn't. That afternoon found me shaking cocktails at the bubble tea shop while Nate lounged sipping mango slush. His campus fame caused crowds gathering to gawk, tripling our sales. My arms ached from nonstop orders. 3 staff handling rush hour was insane. When the receipt printer kept spitting orders, I stormed out. Problem. I rolled up sleeves. You're the problem. Get lost before I make you. After finally chasing him off, business immediately died. Clocking out, Nate suddenly appeared holding crimson roses and rare limited edition cheesecake. The flowers were actually folded $100 bills. My lips twitched, suppressing a grin. These look nice. Nate handed them over while transferring $200,000. Wanted to send $520K, but hit the daily limit. I turned away, clutching my cash bouquet. Smile exploding, hatching. On summer breaks eve, I packed for my hometown trip involving multiple train transfers. The trio started packing too. Vacationing. Ty said straight-faced, yeah. Boring to stay home. I hummed. Gaming until boarding call. After sleeping through transfers, we reached the village at 8 p.m. Lanterns glowed golden across the mountain town. Everything was pretty much packed when I heard voices outside. Sounded like Margaret giving directions. I splashed water on my face and started getting ready for bed when abrupt knocking startled me. Who is it? It's Margaret. Coming. The door swung open to reveal Margaret's warm smile. She stepped aside, revealing 3 young men standing at military attention behind her. Weren't you supposed to be vacationing? The towering trio looked like quails with their tails between their legs. I crossed my arms. Following me? What's next? Accusing me of stealing your wallets. Ryan flinched like I'd read his social security number aloud. And no, we just wanted to check out the area. I deadpanned. Oh, sure. Came all the way to this backwater village with 0 tourist attractions. Real resort material. Ty produced an ornate pastry box from his backpack. You must be exhausted from traveling. Got this from that patisserie you Instagram stalk. The glazed millefeuille looked obscenely expensive. I settled on the porch steps, demolishing the dessert while watching them unpack. Their casual invasion of my space would have been funny if it weren't so irritating. You're not seriously planning to stay here. Nate froze mid-unpacking. All the motels are fully booked. Bullshit. This was my hometown. I knew every crevice. But kicking them out felt unnecessarily cruel. We ended up with 3 city boys camping on my living room floor. Weirdly enthusiastic about sleeping bags. I woke to late morning light filtering through dusty curtains, blinking sleep away. I realized my cluttered space had been transformed into a minimalist catalog spread. Ty strode in wearing a sweat-damp tank top, forearm veins popping from whatever heavy lifting they'd done. Rise and shine. Sleeping beauty. On the battered oak table sat exact replicas of my college breakfast, a acai bowl, cold brew, avocado toast. These trust fund princes had clearly bribed local shops at dawn. Nate dumped grocery bags bursting with my favorite Korean snacks. I grabbed handfuls to share with Margaret's grandson. The boys trailed me like overeager golden retrievers. Margaret waved us into her cluttered kitchen. No need. I declined quickly, imagining these 3 starting another great maple syrup incident of sophomore year. For Tommy, I said, handing over the snacks. Margaret squeezed my hand, eyes crinkling. Meant to ask last night, you eating proper? Sleeping all right without city noises? Before I could answer, Ty butted in with his 100-watt smile. We're making sure she gets 3 square meals. Mrs. C. In fact, don't worry. Margaret. Ethan eats and sleeps well. Margaret looked me up and down. He's definitely filled out nicely. Much healthier looking now. Having this conversation about weight gain in front of 3 grown men made me flush. You wouldn't understand. Margaret continued unabashed. Our Ethan here lost his parents young. That boy used to be too proud to accept food from anyone else. Only ate what I made him. Margaret, I hissed, refusing to meet anyone's eyes as I fled back to the house. I'd finished my entire slice of cake by the time the men returned. Something felt off about their demeanor. When Ryan handed me water, I noticed the faint red imprint on his cheek, unmistakably a slap mark, though none would speak of it. Their sudden intense house-cleaning frenzy spoke volumes. Soon they were circling like puppies demanding treats. I should have known better than to feel sorry for those mutts. As graduation approached, Nate, Ryan, and Ty each tried blatantly recruiting me through special offers to their companies. I played along while secretly booking a flight to Yunnan, that mythical land of eternal spring I'd always dreamed of settling in. The idiots were still preening in their corporate offices when my plane took off. Switching SIM cards brought blessed silence. For 30 glorious days in Kunming, I lived my best life, morning walks with neighborhood elders, lazy anime marathons with snacks, night market skewers for dinner. Tonight's haul of grilled meat swung heavily in my hand as I fumbled for keys. The door jamb splinters told me everything. Before I could bolt, golden light spilled into the hallway, revealing 3 familiar silhouettes. Running away again. Ty's drawl held familiar amusement. I bit my lip hard to stop grinning. Who invited you pests? My traitorous smile broke free as I shoved past them into the apartment. They remained frozen on the threshold until I yelled, "Are we eating, or what? I'm starving." The synchronized scramble of dress shoes made me finally laugh aloud. The end.